The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We're here with the very popular gentleman, backed by popular demand. He's an artist, author, counselor, mental, and spiritual healer from Scotland. And he began his career as a bodybuilder, later became a youth minister, and also mentor and artist. Inspired by Bob Ross on TV, worked as an illustrator with Cindy Freeland, and also Annette Anna Renault, and also Latoya Williams, and also created over 2,000 canvas paintings for clients worldwide. And he has an organization called Art from the Heart, and he's got a special announcement about that. We talked last time about the battles we face, and he's got some brand new ventures, having a creative business making simple, Art Through the Ages, and a podcast which features a little whispering from the Highlands. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, from the other side of the pond, the multi-talented artist, author, counselor, mental, and spiritual healer. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented John Morris, backed by popular demand. John, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
That was incredible. I mean, that is just an entire list right there. Super excited to be back with you, Mike, and happy 2024 to you. It's another year, another start, and all sorts of exciting things going on, as you mentioned.
Yes, it does, too, and a happy 2024 as well, too, and I forgot to mention that as well, too, and of course, last time we talked about your career as an artist, author, counselor, mental, and spiritual healer, and you began your career as a bodybuilder, youth minister, and became a mentor and an artist inspired by Bob Ross on TV. You worked with, as an illustrator with a number of people, and you also created over 2,000 paintings. You started your Art from the Heart project as well, too. You also got some brand new ones as well before getting to all that. And John, just to give us a little update on what's been happening, and very very quickly how you got started.
Well, how I got started, you're talking, as we said off air, about 20 years ago, saw Bob Ross on TV, fell in love with the color, the sort of landscape, the ideas that he had, and the energy that was there. Began painting myself, and, literally, you're talking nearly 20 years later, we're still in the running. We're now an internationally recognized, company, business, all the other stuff that's going on, serving clients from around the world with portraits, pets, landscapes, seascapes, you name it. We've got a whole host of exciting things going on, plus all these other ventures in business that have opened up, really within the last couple of years. Super exciting.
Mm-hmm. And super excited indeed as well too. And we talked to you last. You had the book, The Battles We All Faced, and give us an update on that one.
Going well. Been writing. We talked a little bit about it. Art Through the Ages is a brand new series. It's still kind of under wraps at the moment, folks, but it is definitely going to be worth the wait. It's something that I've actually been working on for the last decade, I can safely say that you ain't ever seen anything like this. And a lot of people make that claim and that judgment. I don't make it unless it's true. But really excited about that. And it is an adventure like you've never seen before. But again, we've got Creative Business Made Simple going on. We've got Teen Life Coaching going on. Whole host of different business partners, different business ventures going on. And it's when you really get your mental health, your mind, your spiritual health all under, control and everything, you will be amazed at the stuff that starts to happen and literally unfolds right before your very eyes. We're just in the filming now for our brand new show, Creative Business Made Simple, which will be on YouTube, Spotify, all of the great platforms. And literally the opening show begins with, well, for about 15 years, I wasn't the best businessman, because I was working business to client and we weren't making hundreds of millions of dollars or anything like that. But then, a couple of things happened in my life. And now, we're starting to pitch people for $2.4 million before Christmas. We're working with people that are, in massive professions, and a lot of stuff is going on. And it is super exciting, more than anything else. And it's really awesome. So people get to see the journey. And that's one of the best things, because people always say, I remember you when, you were baby-faced and you didn't have a beard and you had a lot more hair, and other stuff going on. It is so nice to have that and that relationship with people. And that's really what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. And that seems to be a trademark in you, that you've kept up with a number of friends, you made friends, and you had pretty much maintained it over the years, where people make the mistake. They think you make a friend, it's going to be like a long time, they cut out and everything, and instant gratification. But in this case, that instant gratification isn't really that necessary to build and cultivate and everything what you do when it comes to business, even your upcoming podcast. We'll get to that in just a minute, your book and everything else. And a lot of people seem to forget the fact that, a lot of great things take their time.
They do, and I liken it even with team members when I'm training, and they can, they want things to happen now. They're so passionate and exciting, and I'm just like, can you make a flower instantly bud from a seed?
Exactly. I think that's a great point. You're right. I just like saying, you put in a green bean, expect a beanstalk to rise 1,000 feet to get to the pot of gold up in the sky.
Well, that's it. And then, you've got the opposite thing as well, where the flower's there and you try open up those petals and get it to bloom before it's time. And my goodness, you kill the thing. And I found that opportunities that I'm having now, in my mid-30s, that I really wanted in my early and sort of mid-20s, I wouldn't have been ready for. I didn't have the maturity to have that. And that's something that I would encourage anybody that's listening, particularly people that are younger. Don't be afraid of having to wait and to do the job. If you've got that vision in your mind, it doesn't matter whether it's 1 week, one year, 10 years, 20 years. In my case, it's still worth the adventure, because you get to the destination and oftentimes you sit there and say, is that all there is? What's next? And that's it. It is all about the process and oftentimes the people you meet along the way.
Mm-hmm. And certainly did as well, too. And of course, the battles we all face, and, maybe a bit about the book as well, too. And, some of the battles that we all face. Yeah.
Okay. So again, we talked, I think, last time that the battles we all face, available on Amazon in a number of different formats, and on thejohnmorris.co.uk. You can get the audio version on there, narrated by yours truly. And it is, again, another unique experience, because it's literally like I'm talking to you. We were doing a show this past weekend for Canadian TV, talking all about that, and that was super fun. But it takes 40 of the most common issues that people face, all around the world, from anxiety to trauma to depression to letting go to starting over to starting, from how, even how you see yourself and more and beyond. And it breaks them down into a single page where you can very easily understand why you're facing what you're facing, why you're feeling what you're feeling, and ultimately how to overcome it. Because a lot of folks, and we've talked about this before, Mike, in the medical profession, especially in the US, they want to keep you dangling on as long as possible, because you're paying $150, $200 per month for your anxiety medication or whatever it is that you're struggling with.
Or even visits, deductibles, visits, everything like that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's taking that and helping people understand, anxiety is not something, believe it or not, that just naturally occurs in the body. There is a tiny fragment of a chance that you may have an anxiety DNA strand, but what's more likely is you create it yourself by being overstimulated, put into a situation which freaks you out, and then the brain literally says every single time that's brought up, fear, 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 fear. And then you have to decide whether it's a rational fear or an irrational fear, and know that you only ever suffer in your memory or your imagination. And this is some of the stuff that we break down in the book. Again, you can read it for yourself, or you can listen to it for yourself. And it literally, is it. And this isn't me just saying this, folks. It literally is changing people's lives because it's broken down by a psychologist in training, which I am, into such a easy to understand way. Plus, it's packed with my artwork, so you can enjoy it from that point of view as well. It's literally a very short book, a very simple book, but one that will literally change your life.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it's all for the ages as well, too. We'll talk about Art Through the Ages and also a podcast called Whisper of the Highlands with John Morris. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Evil Evan endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and Manales. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com and our 40 podcast platforms, heard in 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Also on Pandora, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, and follow us on BitChute and Rumble, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you subscribe. Tickets with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7 year-round for your family, friends, pets, and loved ones. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today and support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing, multi-talented John Morris here on the Mike Wagner Show. Artist, author, counselor, mental, spiritual hero extraordinaire, and he's got an amazing project. Before we talk about the last podcast, he likes the Art Through the Ages, and tell us a bit about that.
Well, it's sort of all under wraps right now, Mike, but I can give you somewhat of an exclusive. So, gosh, it must be going back to 2017. A former team member and I, we sat down and we were having a real difficult time marketing my paintings because a lot of them were fantasy-based, and that's very difficult to market. Mm-hmm. But literally, this person said to me, have you ever thought about doing, historical, timepieces and places and things? So I take that idea and I think, okay, well, what about if I was to teach on this as well? Because obviously I had the art school and there was a lot of stuff that I was interested in. So it's like, okay, you can paint about them, you can teach about them. What if I also taught about the history of the location as well? So you've now got an art history docudrama. Nice. And it's a monster just to say, let alone put together. And my goodness, it was like ambition was bigger than my knowledge, which is, the kind of the way that I go. And literally, I start filming this thing. I studied and studied and studied, again, an insane amount. And, I literally, start putting it together with green screen, start putting it together, and it's just me. And I'm acting all this stuff out. And it's this whole thing. When we bought our house, where I'm presently sitting in the studio, we had an entire green screen room. Wow. Which was, super, super cool. And I think to the entire sort of episode bank got to about episode 3 and something major happened. We'll touch on that in a second. But it looked semi-decent for just, this little guy with a whole host of ambition and whatnot. I could, recall and everything, all the details. I could see things clearly. And then we hit 2020, I believe, 2021, whenever lockdown was. And
it was around 2020. I remember that. So I think it was March at that time. Everything just went.
That was it. And literally, I remember sitting there and just being like, what do we do now? So all filming, everything shut down, and I'm like, okay, what the heck do I do here? In the meantime, because again, we had to make money. We didn't know what was going to go on, didn't know how long this was going to go on, all of that kind of stuff. So we had a whole, load of commissions come through painting wise, and I just focused on that. Fast forward a little bit, I released The Battlesweface in December of 2020, I think it was. And January of 2021, I end up going through this amazing spiritual transformation, which we talked about on your previous show with Wayne Dyer and, Earl Nightingale and all of these.
I remember that now. Yes, I was just going to touch on that. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah, well, it was super, super cool. And then somewhat skipping over, a little bit, it then got to, I think, June or July, and this idea, Art Through the Ages, just kept niggling at me, and it refused to leave. And eventually it was just like, you need to write this as a novel and a series of books. And I'm like, okay, you're talking to the guy, with dyspraxia, dyslexia, amaurosis, and you're talking about doing this. So you have two choices there. You either go ahead and do it and sort of subpar do it, or you study that which you desire to become, and you sit under some of the world's best authors like Dan Brown and Neil Gaiman and Margaret Atwood, and then, historical authors as well. And this thing started writing itself faster than I could actually keep up with it. 11 days, my wife was in bed sick. When I wasn't taking care of her, I was just writing. And 11 days, we had the full first draft done. And it just built and built and built and grew and grew and grew. And I see everything in the book as if it's playing out in my mind like a film, which is really awesome. So we're now at the stage with the first book. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But we're now on the stage with the first book where we're now recruiting an agent to represent us, because we do want to go traditional publishing, for the simple reason we want it to be in the shops and to reach as many people worldwide as it can. So that's really where we're at. And we've got some really cool things that are going on with that. So yeah, I'm super excited about that.
And of course, keep us up to date here on the Mike Wagner Show when that's all said and done. And of course, you also have a podcast going on. That's another big project, Whisper of the Highlands. And tell us more about that.
Yeah. Well, actually, since we talked, we've actually got two podcasts on the way. So we've got Whispers of the Highlands, which touches on, and it is part of the Art Through the Ages franchise. So Whispers of the Highlands is set in Scotland, Series 1. And it's an audio narration of a murder mystery thriller, which is super exciting. And it's got a lot of sound effects in there. It's the complete immersive experience, which, doing the research, apparently is a very rare thing. People just want to read the story to you. With Whispers of the Highlands, it makes you feel like you're actually there. Following that, we've also got Creative Business Made Simple, which is going to begin filming literally within the next couple of weeks. And I sit down, we have a really nice, 15, 20 minutes where I help you get your business going from where you are to where you want to be, whether you're an artist, an author, a musician, a coach, a podcaster, whatever you might be. It's helping you navigate the ever-changing structural world of business, and especially nowadays with AI and so much more. So some really cool projects going on for sure. It's a lot of work.
and you're really great at it as well, too, especially with you being the ages, Renaissance man, and everything else. And of course, just one more thing, John, what else can we expect from you 2024 and beyond? What else can we expect from you?
Gosh, I mean, well, at the moment, we've got Mountain Man art pieces. We've got Paint Our Pets. So the Mountain Man art pieces are obviously all about mountains and everything. We're really niching down and getting very specific. Paint Our Pet is still, going large and very, very strong. Pets around the world, painting them for clients around the world. And we've got Teen Life Coaching, which is partnering with my very, very good friend, Laurie Bischoff, who hosts her own show and, former in the wrestling world, very, very well known. And literally, we started talking about this not long after the spiritual transformation. And it was, okay, I'm in, I'm doing this. And she loved the idea. And next I found I had a business partner. We're now in the position where all of this is starting to come to fruition. All of this is starting to happen. You've now got staff members, you have team members, and all this stuff going on. And it's just like, wow, it's a lot of stuff going on.
Boy, it sounds like it. And how do people get a hold of you? Where can people purchase a book, purchase your art, or have some artwork done, listen to a podcast and more? How do they get a hold of you?
So the best way to do that is head to thejohnmorris.co.uk. You will find links to literally everything we've got there. We had a number of websites going on before, and then we just got to the point of let's try and put everything in one area so it's much easier to find. It's much easier to navigate and everything. So head to thejohnmorris.co.uk. You can find out more about mountain art, pet art, the podcast, the shows, the books, everything that we've got going on, and you can sort of browse at your own leisure. Really, it's really cool,
and that's amazing as well too. Here with the multi-talented John Morris here on the Mike Wagner Show, Art Through the Ages, Whispers of the Highland podcast, The Battles We All Face, Creative Business Made Simple, just about everything you can imagine. John, a very big thank you for your time. Thanks for dropping by. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Once again, what is your website? How do people contact you? And what can people purchase or check out your works?
So come and visit us, folks, at thejohnmorris.co.uk. If you're looking for art, if you're looking for books, if you're looking for coaching, mentoring, getting your business going, whatever it is, wherever you're at, come and visit us. Have a blast. Go and see the stuff on the website. You will have a phenomenal time. And yeah, thejohnmorris.co.uk is the place for everything, basically.
We'll certainly check that out. Once again, John, a very big thank you for your time. Great to hear from you. It's always fantastic to have you on. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Wish you all the best. And John, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, my friend.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia of Missing. And powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms. And of course on the MikeWagnerShow.com, HamiltonRadio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Thanks for listening.